Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. It's very echoey in here because we're in what is essentially an empty room. I don't even have a closet yet, but I have my bed and this table you're propped on. So I haven't filmed or made a video or posted a video in a while, and by a while it's been over 2 months. So today I thought I would film a tiny little like get ready with me. Like I'm just putting on makeup basically, because I was able to access my makeup but not my makeup brushes, and also do a quick little Q&A. I asked people to ask me questions on both YouTube and Instagram. Didn't get very many questions on Instagram, but I've barely been posting there. I thought we could just do that before I get ready for work because I need to leave in about half an hour. So do my hair, which I've already put dry shampoo in because I need to wash it, but I don't want to yet. I got my hair cut a couple weeks ago. I mean, no, it's a week ago now. And this is, I haven't washed it yet since I got it cut. So this is like what it looks like on day 7, I think. And yes, I am still in my pajamas, not wearing a bra. I have dust on me from digging for the makeup, but you know, even though I'm using a claw clip, I'm still gonna use a hair elastic because I like my hair to be pulled back tight. So I got these little teeny tiny claw clips because I knew I was getting my hair cut short, and it's from XXL Scrunchie, which I would consider a local business to me because they're based in Belleville, but I'm sure you've heard of them. They are a sensation all over TikTok. They have really good studio vlogs, so if that's your thing. And she's grown her business from like nothing in January of 2020 to being on their second like warehouse space because they outgrew everything in the last 2 years. So yeah, anyways, so I couldn't even find like my actual mascara because it was packed separately from the rest of my makeup. So I have a sample of the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. I've used it before, it's okay. I have some Glossier Boy Brow, which I probably will regret later because this kind of makes my hair, my eyebrows hurt. Then we've got some Glossier Cloud Paint, which has little stains all over it from me touching it after touching this stuff. And the Allure Mercier like mini caviar stick in magnetic pink. I didn't even, oh yeah, that's cute. Okay, we can do that. And my mirror is this Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette. I may like top off my makeup with one of these colors, like the eyeshadow, but I'm mostly here for the mirror. So someone asked 3 small things that bring you joy. I don't think it's a small thing, but my dog brings me joy. Specifically getting to snuggle with her and seeing how happy she is when she gets to snuggle with me. Then giving somebody a gift, like just getting them something small. Maybe I can use up theirs. Gotta be super gentle with this. It's like probably dried out because I haven't used it much, but because I moved on to using the Cheekbone Beauty one, which I like better. So I'll link all of these things in the description. Another thing that brings me joy, visiting a good chip truck and getting a good poutine. Do you ever see yourself moving out of your mom's house? Yes, eventually. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that I haven't always lived at home. Like I left for like 5 years and went to college and lived on my own, and then my brother lived with me for like 6 months. Well, he went to school, but like I did live on my own. The reason why I have so much furniture and so many things is because I lived on my own, and I had to then cram an entire apartment's worth of furniture into my room. So like that was not fun when I first moved back, and it was really hard to get used to, like, but now that I'm here, it's a safe place, and it is really expensive to rent anywhere right now, and I don't make nearly enough money. So eventually I will not live with my mom, but until I do, I will not be ashamed, and I will not allow others to make me feel ashamed that I live with my mother. When you're in a slump or feeling a little lost in life, what do you do to get yourself back on track? I feel the only thing that really helps me is to see my childhood girlfriends. When I'm in a slump, I don't know, to be honest. I feel like most of my slumps come from sort of like just burnout or environmental things. So I don't necessarily have the control over when I snap out of it, but sometimes it's just moving on and doing something different for a little while. Like I stopped doing like people's websites for a while because I had some like bad interactions with clients who were kind of jerky, and it bothered me, and I basically just like wasn't taking on new clients. Now I would be open to that, but to be honest, I don't know what mortgage agent life is gonna be like. I think it's gonna be a lot of work. You can't even see that. It's so light. And so I'm not really sure like that I should take anybody on, even though I'm definitely ready. And I find like just allowing yourself to be in the slump, you know? Like it's okay to not want to make videos to me. Like yes, consistency is great, but I'm not all that fussed. Like it would be really awesome to one day get to like 100K followers or subscribers, I mean, and all of that. That would be great, but I won't do it you know, at the detriment of myself. Like I just won't. So a lot of times if I'm in a slump, I sleep and I rest, and then I just pick myself back up and get on with it, essentially. Don't really like doing my makeup with my fingers if it's powder, but I feel like this really needs a little more like punch up. Do you ever feel embarrassed about living in your mom's house in your 30s? Not meant to hate, as hate, just genuinely curious about your thoughts on it. If people judge, etc. People are judgy assholes all of the time. And it's good to remember that. It also is, yes, like I do feel embarrassed sometimes when I know the person is going to be judgy about it. Like, you know, like you can kind of feel if someone is gonna be chill about it, you know, and then be like, oh, that's cool, like, but it saves you lots of money or whatever. Or if it's somebody, you're meeting somebody new for the first time and you're just like, yeah, I live in my mom's basement. They're like, oh, okay, gross. I don't generally like say, like, obviously I tell you guys and it's pretty obvious where I live, but like I don't, on meeting somebody for the very first time, go, hey, my name's Danielle, I'm 35 and I live in my mom's basement. I just say like, you know, at my house. It looks much better in person, just so you know. My cheeks just go really patchy when you touch them. But I don't like, it's not my opening line, you know. Once your room renovations are finished, please can we have a studio tour? Yes, you will get a studio tour. You'll get a whole room tour, but it's not anywhere close to being really finished. Our electrician isn't coming till the beginning of August to install the lights and all of the new plugs. So like early August, thankfully, but still. Hi Janelle, have you always been creative and where does your inspiration come from? I really enjoy watching your channel and I enjoy your content in general. Thank you. Yes, like I think I've always, I don't know if I'm actually all that creative, to be honest. I like making things and doing things with my hands, and I like the action of putting things together and figuring out how things are made. And I think that's how I'm creative, but not necessarily in like a visual arts kind of way. Like I will never be a high fashion designer, that's for dang sure. So like, I don't know where it comes from. I really just look at things that are already made and say, can I do that better? Or can I do my own version of that? I would not necessarily say I'm creative, but I have been like this my whole life. I grew up going to my grandparents' house over the summer. My mom would drop me off in the morning and I would make things all day with my grandma. So we would also like take apart sweaters and like unknit them. She didn't knit them, she bought them from the thrift store, and we would unknit them to then knit them into new things. Like I've been upcycling since I learned to sew. Yeah, so like, yeah, anyways, what advice would you give to your 16-year-old self and why? Oh, my 16-year-old self was really going through it, so I don't think I would have listened to me back then, but like at 16 I was dealing with friends I didn't really like, and feeling like an outsider in my friend group because I was the only fat one. I barely said anything to people. I had numerous bullies. Not ones who necessarily like who would like beat me up, but like just mean girls that I had to deal with, and it was a lot. And I was, you know, learning to drive and working after school a lot, dealing with a dad who was verbally abusive. I don't know that I have advice other than it's okay to not have your life figured out, even though I thought I had my life figured out pretty well. I had it figured out far enough to get me out of the house I lived in and away from the situation. So I think that was pretty good. Honestly, like, I didn't have a horrible time in high school, but it certainly wasn't the best time. So I don't know what I would say. Probably not a whole lot. What was your favorite age and why? Also, which is the better decade, 90s, 2000s, or now to be growing up in? I would say any time without cell phones would probably be the better time to be growing up in. Bullying was less all-encompassing then, and you could go home and get a break from it, or you could, if you know it was only happening at home, then you would go to school and get a break from it. But I'm not even really sure that there's a right answer for that. My favorite age, I would say now. I'm 35 and I feel like I'm just living my life for me at this point in time, and I'm not centering all of my choices around what other people want from me. How are your 2022 goals going? How's your studio looking? What are your goals for your YouTube channel? Would love to see how to grow your channel as a small YouTuber to start out. I make videos about fashion, vlogs, etc. So my 2022 goals are basically non-existent at this point. Haven't even opened my bullet journal in like a month. Was not expecting a renovation. That was not on my radar at all, and like wasn't really thinking about it. Yeah, they're not really going, other than like finishing the mortgage course. That was definitely on there, and like otherwise not much is happening. I'm not even sure that I want to like be making clothes when I'm done, other than for me, like I've had a lot of time to think, but I haven't made any decisions on whether I want to fully shut down like Rebellious Clove is selling physical products. I still have a lot of stuff, like, and I want to sell it in person, but not like myself. I don't know, just spitballing and thinking out loud at this point. But I just know, like, my goals are definitely not on track, and I'm not even sure I'm interested in those goals at the moment, you know? What was the other questions in there? Because there was a lot. How's your studio looking? Empty. We're currently balanced on top of my cutting table, a towel, and my sewing table, and then another plastic bin because we had to move them. They're like stacked, and we had to move it in here so that we had room to do the floor out there. So yeah, I don't even have outlets in my studio. The light behind me is the only plug that works in my whole room. So yeah. What are your goals for your YouTube channel? I don't know, to be honest. At this point in time, it's nearly impossible to make content in my house. And I feel like I'm whispering into the camera because my sister is next door working and my room is very loud and echoey. So I'm sure the audio on this is garbage, but you know, that's just how it is. Would love to see a video about how to grow your YouTube channel. That's probably not happening. But if you want to see stuff like that, go watch Catherine Manning, some of her older videos. A lot of them are about growing your YouTube channel from nothing, or looking at the statistics and how to use certain tools. I find it very interesting, and yeah, so you might like that. All right, so that is the final question. Thank you all for hanging out with me and sitting through me doing my makeup. And I don't know what if this means like we're back to just like videos all the time, or more consistently. I have a bunch that I filmed when I first moved upstairs, but to be honest, I filmed them all in one day, and I find batching content, by the second or third video, I'm like, this is garbage, and so it will be like old hair, you know, just not necessarily like what I want to put out there, but I might edit up some of those, and but a lot of it, to be honest, was covered in this video. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. If you see me with long hair in another video, it's because I filmed it before this. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!